The second day's play of the Cornhill Test at Old Trafford. The first day, I suspect, might have produced a few sleepless moments for the England players. They didn't have it all their own way yesterday. Certainly, it was one of the most dispiriting efforts they've put up so far this summer. 135 all out. And in reply at the close of play, West Indies had reached 4 for no wicket. All those 4 runs scored by Gordon Greenwich. His batting partner was Richie Richardson, and plenty of batting to come. The West Indies 131 behind, and 4 for no wicket as play began. We pick it up now in the second over. 3 runs had come from John Embury's first over. Graham Dilley is the man coming into bowl, and he's bowling to Richie Richardson.
Oh, a lovely shot. Leg stump half volley. Only one answer to that.
Well, that's the point we just made about Richardson. He can play some flashing shots off the quicker bowlers, and not much better than that. He just strayed a bit down the leg side, did Dilley, but he certainly whipped that away for 4. And this outfield's very wet at the moment, so tremendous power there.
Well, that's well bowled. Squared Richardson up and left him. Luck with the batsman. Greenwich coming for the 3rd. Dilley to Greenwich. There's another half volley. Not hit with quite the same timing as Richardson managed. There'll just be 3 in it. Already 10 runs off the over.
This is just one of the things that England didn't want this morning, the ball flashing all around the outfield. Dilley again just straining off that leg stump and a half volley length. And Greenwich is very quick, he doesn't miss many half volleys or short ones. Nobody likes to hit the ball harder than this man.
That's Gordon Greenwich's answer to that.
Gordon Greenwich won't allow the bowlers to dominate him. He'll want to break out of these close fielders. That was almost the same delivery that he padded up the ball before, but using his feet, he got down, did just lift it a little bit. Possibly being just that yard straighter, then Embury might well have got an hand to it.
Dilley to Richardson. Oh dear me, this just really isn't the sort of stuff that England need. They need to run.
Well, Dilley again straying down that leg side. That would certainly have missed leg stump, and Richardson very quick to pick it up again.
There's another half volley and another 4 runs. Different part of the ground, but really this is disappointing stuff from Dilley.
Yes, it was another full half volley, and Richardson again very quick onto it. The ball just running in all the time at the moment. Dilley not getting the ball to move away as he did at Lords, and possibly he's not finishing his action off properly or something just like that. Pushing it in with his arm, not getting his shoulder around, but certainly he's not getting the ball to hold on that off stump and go away as he did at Lords. A little bit tense, a bit anxious, nothing to play with.
Well, now then, he'll be disappointed in that. Not a great way for England to get a wicket, but anything acceptable at this stage, with West Indies threatening to run the mark, and Richardson, who's gone for his shots right from the word go, helping Dilley to his first wicket. 35 for 1. Richardson out for 23.
Well, that's certainly a bonus wicket for England. Basically, that was really a long up on this wicket, halfway down, and Richardson just slightly above it, getting the bottom edge and down to the stumps. And really, John Embry wants to be saying to Dill now, come on, you've got that little bit of encouragement, get your teeth into it and get bowling, because he hasn't bowled this morning yet. And that's a little bit of bonus for him there.
Carl Hooper, the new batsman, so Viv Richards staying in the position he likes best at 4.
Gentlemen from the Milk Marketing Board, please go to reception.
Simply the lack of pace, really, which got Richardson through the shot before the ball had arrived almost, and just able to help it down onto the stumps. Just giving Greenwich room enough for one of his favourite cuts. Hooper turning it into 3. Now Dilly.
That's a better ball, and very lucky indeed, Greenwich, to get away with that. Bad luck to Graham Dilly. The ball skewered off the shoulder of the bat, it seemed. Went over the top of where 3rd or 4th slip might have stood, went for 4.
That really took off from a length, and Gordon Greenwich having a look at the pitch there. You see how high this hits on the bat. Goes right off the shoulder, the corner of the shoulder, and high over 3rd slip. 50 up for West Indies.
To be John Childs to bowl his debut ball in Test match cricket. Lots of good luck wishes out on the field there for him, and round the country as well. Maybe 36 years of age, but every cricketing mother's heart will go out to him at the moment.
Replacing Philip de Freitas at the Warwick Road end, John Childs.
That will be an enormous relief. Now fielded by de Freitas. Well enough. He saved the 4. But Hooper picked up an extra 1. He was going to get the single anyway.
Hooper certainly uses his feet well to the spin bowlers. Down the wicket very quickly there to Childs, and pretty well stopped there by de Freitas. It was going very hard, that, so it saved a couple of runs.
A slow ball from David Capel, beautifully clipped away by Greenwich.
Capel trying the slower delivery, but unfortunately not pitching it. Going down the leg side and on the full toss. And Mr. Greenwich doesn't miss many of those. Thank you very much. 4 runs.
Now John Childs. Ball to Carl Hooper. Well, my word, that's out, and there's the wicket for John Childs. Marvellous start. 3rd over in Test cricket, and the leave alone shot. So no wonder Mike Gatting's looking pleased. 77 for 2. Carl Hooper out for 15.
And what a dream come true. John Childs slanting that one in, and really a dreadful piece of judgment by Hooper, letting that go. Would have knocked the middle out. Be interesting to see what Vivian Richards does about this, really. He's known as a slaughterer of slow bowlers. And if he sees any danger in Charles, I'm sure he'll be after him from the word go.
And that one turned and bounced. Now, what does that do to the great man?
Well, I don't think he'll be coming down the wicket quite so often. That turned, lifted, bounced, it did everything.
Another one turning. Luck with the batsman there. Richards going for 2. How long will it be before John Embury reinforces that offside field?
Well, this turning, you can see that, but Viv Richards right forward, bat angle down.
That's a lovely shot. Goal, full length half volley to Greenwich. That's what happens. John Charles, they've put a bat pad man in on the offside, but it's still only a 5-4 split field. There's gaps there. Oh my word. That nearly found the gap in Richards' defence.
Well, unusual to see Viv Richards really have a slash at this. Much too close to the off stump to play that shot.
Now then, it's Philip de Freitas from the Stratford end. That's close. Yes, it certainly is. That's well bowled. Greenwich goes. De Freitas is struck. Ball darting back off the seam. Didn't seem to me that Greenwich got forward at all. Looked as though that front foot was almost stuck. Just a little movement in front of the crease.
Well, Greenwich has had his share this morning of LBW shouts and got away with them. On that occasion he didn't, and really can't see too much wrong with that. Hit him about knee-high, didn't really get forward, just in front of the popping crease, and the ball just really angling in.
That's 4 runs, and it went in the air. Richards kept it between Gower and the man out at long off, but it was certainly at catchable height.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with that. It was a good length, good line, a bit of spin on it, and Richards was a little bit across it, but he managed to get it through that gap, but it was always about catchable height, head high, for extra cover.
Shot from Richards. Hit the link straight away.
De Freitas now to Logie.
Just a little bit too full. Maybe he doesn't waste those. Slashing stroke from Richards, but it was one of the few very short balls John Charles has bowled.
tremendous stroke this by Viv Richards. Short, all the time in the world to get back and smash that through the covers.
It's in the air, there's a man out under it, but he's not tall enough. It's 6, didn't come off the middle of the bat. Charles drew him into the stroke, and a little kiss of the bat there for Viv Richards. There must have been some apprehension there as the ball was going towards the fielder.
Yes, he didn't middle this, he was hitting that over mid-on. He's got a very thick outside edge, but he's such a strong man that that just cleared long off.
Logie taking Dilly on and winning it comfortably. 2 runs, that's the 150 up for West Indies. Just 2 slips, the rest of the fielders defensively deployed. Well, not defensively enough for a shot like that off a ball like that. 4 runs.
Yes, and remarkable shot this, really, but he's a remarkable player.
Well, things now starting to just fray at the edges for England. This partnership now starting to look very dangerous. That's bowled him, and David Capel has bowled him. Well, Viv Richards there, 47. West Indies now 175 for 4, the end of a partnership which added 74. They're starting to take the game right away from England. Viv Richards undoubtedly playing for tea. David Capel breaking through.
That's not far away. It's the straight one from John Embury. And I think Jeff Dujon realised just in the last fraction of a second that it was the straight one. He was in trouble.
Well, that's got to be very, very close. John Embury looking a bit disappointed there.
There's Dilly to Logie. And LBW to Graham Dilly. Gus Logie this time can't share that great partnership with Jeff Dujon as was done at Lord's. Logie goes. Dujon may have been lucky in the last over, but not Logie that time.
Yes, Gus Logie looking to fall over a little bit here. Straightish ball about off the middle, looking round about middle, and just got a little bit too far over. The bat having to come across the line there a little bit.
Roger Harper.
Your batsman is Roger Harper, brought back into this West Indies side. The Old Trafford Test match. Gus Logie, OBW to Graham Dilly. And Logie was trying to get his leg out of the road, perhaps out of the umpire's view after he struck. I mean, that does look very, very plumb. And then he tries to thrust that left pad out as far as he can, but it's a fairly ungainly thing, and it did look very, very out.
Yes, I think a little bit of a guilty conscience there from Logie, trying to get out of line, but I'm afraid the umpire beat him to it.
Graham Dilly now bowling to Dujon. That ball was got a great pace off the bat. Super shot from Geoffrey Dujon, who rather favours that stroke off the pads.
Graham Dilly's drifted down that side a few times today. He's been off the field, probably got a little bit of back trouble, and that's probably means he's not quite finishing the action off properly, and that just lets him drift down that leg side.
It just ran straight along the ground.
My goodness me. Deceived in the length. It kept a little bit low, not unlike the one that bowled Capel.
Well chased by John Childs. 3 to Roger Harper, and the players will go off now. There's a heavy shower scudding across the ground, umbrellas are up, the covers are coming on, and the players are going off. And that was the first time the players were off the field for weather after tea. In fact, later they were to go on and off several times, and finally the West Indies finished at 242 for 5. Dujon is playing very well. He looks to be in ominously good form again, 35 not out. And Roger Harper, brought into this side in place of the injured Desmond Haynes, is 23 not out, and that is a very valuable partnership. The bowling figures for England: Dilly finished up with 2 for 50, and De Freitas, Capel and Childs a wicket each. And at the close of play, which had gone on until just after 7 o'clock this evening, the West Indies 107 runs ahead, 242 for 5. Well, there were a lot of good things happened today. There was some good, tough cricket played out there, but there was one incident which will have caught the eyes and the minds and the hearts of everyone around the country, anyone who's made their debut in any sort of cricket match. It was John Childs taking his first wicket in Test match cricket.